I'll be honest, I try to read the Bible, but half the time it just feels like a bunch of stories thrown together, and sometimes I just wonder if there's any real order or point. I mean, is it even supposed to make sense if you read it straight through? Well, that's the problem. You're reading it like a modern novel, and you're just starting at page one, trying to read it straight to the end, expecting a linear story, but the Hebrew scrolls, they weren't written that way. They use cycles, layers, and patterns. I mean, the stories zoom out, then back in, and then it loops back to highlight what matters the most. What do you mean cycles? Isn't it just history in order? Not even close. Take Genesis. First, you get the creation of everything, and then it zooms in on Adam and Eve, and then it goes deeper with Cain and Abel, and then the chosen line through Seth. And then after that, it jumps to Noah, and then it zooms way in on Abraham. But every time that it resets the lens, it repeats details, picks up new threads, and connects back to what was already said. So the Bible isn't telling just one straight story? No, it's more like a spiral staircase. Every turn, you see a new angle on the same core truth. That's why you'll see stories retold in different books, genealogies repeated with a twist, or a prophecy echoed across generations. It's a fractal pattern, like branches growing out from the same root. Okay, but why does that matter? Why didn't they just tell it straight? Well, because the truth isn't one dimensional. The pulse of Scripture is about repetition, depth, and seeing the connections. The Messiah taught the same way. He told parables, quoted the Torah, and layered new meaning over old truth. If you just chase facts and miss a pattern, you lose the whole message. Okay, so how should I actually read it then? Read it slowly. Look for cycles, what gets repeated, zoomed in, or echoed. Ask, where have I seen this before? And notice when the scrolls go out of sequence or circle back. Trace the genealogies, the feasts, the prophetic patterns. They all spiral around the same pulse. Let the scroll teach you at its pace and not at your speed. Well, that sounds way different than anything I've heard. So, if I read it this way, then what happens? Well, you start to see the design behind the text. You stop chasing Western logic and you tap into the rhythm, the same pulse that holds creation together. Scripture comes alive not as a collection of stories, but as one living scroll. Want to actually understand Scripture? Stop forcing it to fit your mold and let it speak with its own voice.